Greetings, class. Chris Haskins here with the realestateroundup.com. My goal is to uplift the financial literacy of my fellow mankind through real estate investing. Thank you for taking the time once again to hang out with me. Today, we're going to be all in class today. We're not going to a site. I want to get up in your brain and move some stuff around, rearrange some bolts and some screws to get you thinking a little differently and getting you on the right path to real estate financial freedom. Yes. And like always, please take the time to subscribe to my channel. If you can add anything to my content below, please do. Add anything to my content regarding what should your exit strategy. Today's topic or today's class is about what should your exit strategy be? What should your exit strategy be? And I want to make sure I let all my viewers know that, bam, I'm in the building now. 50 Cent, guys, 50 Cent. I got my light switch cover. Thank you for notifying me that in the comments also. Thank you. I did it. I got it done. 50 Cent. All right. What should your exit strategy be? What should it be? I'm glad you asked. Before we talk about what your exit strategy should be, I have to explain to you what the hell exit strategy is. What is exit strategy? I'm coaching people all around the country, from Florida to Cali, and I'm noticing the good thing about coaching, you get to notice things that are recurring over and over again. I talk to people and I want to make sure that you know how to define or even recognize what your exit strategy should be if you're just starting out in real estate. All right. So what the dictionary defines, the business dictionary defines exit strategy as a pre-planned means of extracting oneself from a situation that is likely to become difficult or unpleasant. Legrand told me many years ago, the guru or the godfather of real estate investing, coaching and training, says you have to know the exit strategy before you get into the deal. Let's see if I can flash a picture of Ron. Hung out with him. Tall guy, very intimidating. He's got to be 6'5". I'm 6'1", and I'm looking up to him. Big dude. You got to know your exit strategy. He talks about a hunter that went into the side of a house and the bear was chasing after him as he was hunting, and he didn't know how he was getting out of the house. So the bear came in and got him. So you got to know how you're getting out of the house in an emergency before you go in to hide, right? So what is your exit strategy? What do I mean by that? How in the hell are you going to get out of these deals before you can even get in them? People are like, I want to get into real estate. But how are you going to get out of it to realize your profit? So it's very simple. It's very simple to determine what your exit strategy should be. And it's all based on whether you have money or if you don't. If you're broke or you got a little bit of money, or if you have access to money. Because you don't have to have it. You got to have access to it, right? Because when I started out, I didn't have that much. So let's talk. What should your exit strategy be? What should your exit strategy be? Let's start without money. If you broke. Usually what people want to start out with is wholesaling. Wholesaling simple just means you get a property under contract to buy, and then you just sell that contract to an investor, to an end buyer or an investor like me. So I'm going to give you 5, 10, 20,000 just to sell the property to me. All right. So if you're starting out without money, you need to start out with wholesaling. You got to, because if you don't have the money, a down payment to put down, and we're going to get to renovating, there's no reason for you to even think about renovating. All right. If you broke and you start in real estate, please stick to wholesaling. Don't even worry about all the HGTV crap, renovating properties and going making stuff real old, busted, making stuff look new and sexy, like Will Smith said. Don't even do it, because you're wasting your time looking into it because you don't have the money to bring, and you don't have the money for an emergency. And every house, I promise you, has an emergency. I've lived it since 2004. Now, wholesaling not only means you can wholesale high equity stuff, because the typical understanding, or generally speaking, people think that wholesaling properties means you're only going to get a property under contract, let's just say for $50,000, and then you wholesale it to somebody else for $60,000 and get that $10,000 spread in equity. Now that there are so many different ways to wholesaling. I know there are a whole bunch. You might know more than I, but it's good to be reminded from time to time. So we can wholesale lease options. If you can wholesale lease options, say for instance, if you're taking over a property and you agree to a lease purchase, you've agreed to buy the house at $80,000 and pay $800 a month for a certain amount of years, You can always wholesale that paperwork too. You can get a down payment out of somebody, $5,000, even $10,000, wholesaling them the lease option because they may want to be a long-term hold person, right? So you can wholesale lease options, get a fee, and you can wholesale subject twos. So we're getting the property in the contract. The seller has agreed for us to take over their payments. The value here, even if it has no equity, lease options and subject twos require no equity. But the typical, generally speaking, wholesaling will require equity, generally speaking. But you're watching this video, I know you're watching it because you're not thinking in the traditional or the general way, right? We're thinking non-traditional. That's why you're here with us. So we can wholesale lease options and subject twos. The value in subject twos is the financing. Value in the financing. I'm doing one now where we're just taking over the payments. The key is you are able to get someone in a property without having to go get a loan. That is just, to me, it's just priceless. Typically, the houses that I want to buy and hold are not in my name. Neither do I want to qualify for any loans to get them, right? So that's how we do it. So you can take a subject to, get a down payment out of somebody, $5,000, move on down the street. That way you get money from wholesaling that subject to, and you don't have to put out any money, right? So the next way you can get paid with your exit strategy that you need to consider if you don't have money is partnering. People come to me all the time, Chris, if I bring you a deal, would you partner with me? Absolutely, absolutely. Now, smart partnering. A lot of people want me to, they want to bring me a deal, they want me to finance it, they want me to fix it, and they want me to sell it. And one thing I didn't do was find it. So we got four legs when it comes to a flip or a renovation. Finding it, financing it, fixing it, and then selling it. So those four. They want me to do the three. They found it. Want me to do the three, but split the profit 50-50. Ain't gonna work like that, guys. If I wanted to do that, I would do it on my own. The reason I can't split 50-50 on a smart partnering deal is because I am buying a job. If you bring me a house and you're new, you don't know how to manage construction, then I have to manage the entire job to get it to closing. Now, the good partnering that I like to do is with people like you've seen Ron, one of my business partners. I like to just give him the money, let him do what he wants to do because he's gonna get it done. I know Ron's gonna get it done, so I'm happy to bring the money for Ron to do a deal. All right, so that's smart partnering. If you don't have the money, you can partner with other investors that have money, and you can put, I like to tell people, if you don't have money, you got to put forth maximum effort. Real estate investing works one of two ways. You either got money, no money. If you don't have money, you have to put forth more effort. If you have some money, you have to put forth less effort. They still both require maximum effort, but having a little bit of cash allows you to kind of put forth a little less effort. Not much though. Okay, money or effort. And the next wave of no money is you can do subleases. This new thing with Airbnb is blowing up. I just talked to one of my millionaire real estate investors yesterday. As a matter of fact, hopefully I'll be interviewing him next week, Tony. He is subleasing apartments in a 200 apartment unit complex. So he's got the lease for $800 and he's doing Airbnb for $100+ a night. So he hadn't broken it down to me how much he's making a night or a month for that matter. But he doesn't even own it and he puts up very little money. All he has to do is put up the security deposit because Airbnb is going to pay for his rent, right? The first month rent. Very, very simple. Tony, very smart. So Airbnb is this new thing, subleases. Some people call them master leases. So this is the section here. This is how you determine your exit strategy. How are you going to get out? I ask people all the time, what exit strategy do you want to focus on? And when someone asks you that, you better know. I'm going to do wholesaling. Okay, well, it could be lease options, subject to, owner financing. You could wholesale a whole bunch of deals, all right? Doesn't have to be just high equity deals. All right, but just realize the kicker, I believe, here is recognizing where you're at financially. I don't even want you playing over here if you don't have no money, if you broke. Because what happens over here if you play on this side, which we're getting to, and an emergency comes up, which it always does. Had a refrigerator go out, central heating and air goes out. If you think those home warranties are going to cover you, you're sadly mistaken. All right, you're sadly mistaken. So let's get over here this side to exit strategies that require some money if you do have some money. Okay, exit strategies. First one is renovating. Renovating, that's where you see this whole HGTV craze, people going to buy something ugly, fixing it up, making it pretty. Yes, you can do renovating, but you're going to need some money, whether it's yours or somebody else's, right? Now, if you are borrowing money, I highly recommend that you have a down payment to bring. I just met with a guy today. He's going to be borrowing a high interest rate loan to put down the down payment. His hard money lender, let's just say HML, hard money lender, they're required 20% if they don't know you. Now, the good thing about what we offer people is we offer the system and the stability and the expertise and the history to come in with you and work with you. That comes back to this partnering, to talk to hard money lenders. I can offer experience from 2004 to show a lender, hey, listen, we're partnering with a guy that's an expert, that's been doing the business. Here's the flips that he's done. So you can mix these two together if you have a little bit of cash, partnering with a savvy or an experienced real estate investor. Mix these two together. The hard money lender might take your down payment to 10% or even 5%. Yes, you may have to give a little bit give a little bit away on the back end, but that's irrelevant. You still don't have to. We're trying to get into deals with small money out of our pockets, right? Okay, so renovating, hard money lender, you're going to have 20% down. I'm saying typically 20% down. And that way you've got some money. They call it skin in the game. You can come in and renovate a property and get your money back. All right, next is building. Building is one of the things we're getting into, right? So building is where you can, I think it's an open market now, because a lot of these houses are getting older. 1950s, 1960s houses are getting older, and you can get them for cheap and just literally tear them down. I'll show you a picture here, literally, where we just tore one down the other day for $5,000. And then you got land, you can start from scratch, and you've got an ARV or an after repair value or finished product that's over $200,000, maybe closer to $300,000. So you've just doubled your profit doing a new construction, building, new construction, as opposed to doing a renovation, all right? And renovations, they're headaches. So many problems come in. Buy and hold. I don't want you thinking about buy and hold if you ain't got no money. Don't even, just get it, take it out, do like this, wave it out of your mind. Just wave it out of your mind, okay? Buy and hold, because stuff comes up. Even if you're taking over loans subject to, I do not want you buying properties and holding them. Over the long term, one repair can wipe your cash flow out for the entire year. 3,000 central heating and air. Let's say you got a refrigerator or a hot water heater went bad and it leaked in the floor, tore the floor up. Sam talked about that in one of the videos in the past. Say you need a new roof, you need some windows, some of the siding is off. I mean, you name it. Electrical problems. Buy and hold. Do not get into the buy and hold business if you broke. You need to stay on this side of the fence. All right, we got with money fence, without money side of the fence. So buy and hold. Now this is where you accumulate wealth. I have to tell you that, because I hear people all the time, and I want you to use the right language when you're talking to people. People say, I want passive income. I want to wholesale and get passive income. Wholesaling is not passive. It is an active sport. Buy and hold is not even, technically, if you're in it, you understand what I'm talking about. Buying and holding is not even passive. The IRS and the US government considers it passive, but it is highly active because you have interaction with residents. Things happen. Just the other day, there was a storm. Tree fell on one of my roofs. I mean, things just happen with buy and hold. And this is how you accumulate your wealth. Wholesaling, this side, you're not creating any wealth over here. Wealth, don't forget, grows over time, comes every month without you doing anything. It comes, just like Gary Keller says, unearned income comes, earned income comes based on what you do. Non-earned income or passive income comes no matter what you do. All right, that's what I like. This is, it depends on where you're at financially. Don't even consider this stuff. So when you're meeting with your next real estate coach, or you're thinking about your real estate investment career, and you think, how do I want to make money? How do I want to make money? First, you got to think, what is my exit strategy going to be? Recognize, be honest with yourself. So when I meet you or we do a consultation, I don't have to decipher or figure out how you're going to get paid. I can put you in one of the two categories. Very simple. Very simple. Makes my life easier too, and it helps you succeed faster. Because what we want to do is move you from here over here, right? Move you from here over to that. We want you to get some unearned income. Now, why do I want you on that side? I'm gonna let you get out of here. Just like Robert Kiyosaki said, I want to get you on the right side of the equation. I gotta keep you over there. We got self-employed, employed, business owners, and investors. Why is this side always broke? By definition, you're gonna stay broke because all the money you make goes where? Here. All the money you make here goes here. Business investors and business owners, all the money that you spend on the goods that you buy and own from working, the business owners are the ones that own the businesses that you spend the money on. So you make it here, then you spend it here. All the money's going this way. So by definition, it is impossible. It is impossible for you to gain any type of wealth being on the left side of the cash flow quadrant. All right. So just keep that stuff in mind. By definition, you're going to stay broke if you're wholesaling. All right. So listen, subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to add, if you don't mind, matter of fact, I challenge you to add some different exit strategies so we can all learn. I can learn more. I'm always interested in learning more because a good idea doesn't matter where it came from. So let's get you from the left side to the right side. All right. Chris Haskins, I'll see you next time, guys, with the realestateroundup.com. Peace.